السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. إلا قلت لك باللي كاينه واحد الابليكاسيون ديال الذكاء الاصطناعي اللي حاليا الناس خاربينها فلوس بها، وهي ابليكاسيون اللي جديده والناس تاني كيستغلوها. راه وقت ما خرجت شي ابليكاسيون جديده وفيها خصائص جداد الناس كيستغلوها باش يضربوا الصرف، وهاد الابليكاسيون بالضبط الناس مستغلينها وما كيدويوش عليها بالضبط في الدومين ديال creating content، يعني باش تصايب واحد الكونتوني سواء في السوشيال ميديا سواء في يوتيوب سواء في اي بلاصه، ولكن بالضبط اليوتيوبرز خدامين بها وخاربينها فلوس ديال بصح. هاد الاداه هادي باقا جديده وغادي نبارطاجيها معكم وغادي نوريكم كيفاش الناس كيستغلوها باش يدخلوا آلاف الدولارات من اليوتيوب شانلز، سواء من الادز او لا من الافيليت ماركتينغ. بين معايا كتكون مالك ما بيك كتدخل واحد اليوتيوب وكتمشي تقلب على شي حوار او لا شي بودكاست او لا شي جوج الناس كيدويو في شي موضوع اللي انت مانتريسي بيه، كتلقى الفيديو وكتجلس تصنت، ولا قلت ليك باللي يقدر يكون داك الفيديو مصاوب بالذكاء الاصطناعي وجايب آلاف وآلاف وآلاف ديال الفيوز اللي كيدخلوا المولاه آلاف ديال الدولارات على كل فيديو. وهاد الفيديوهات ما كاينش فيهم حتى شي شخص حقيقي، وإنما جوج ديال الناس عبارة على ذكاء اصطناعي اللي كيتحاوروا بيناتهم وكيدويو في واحد الموضوع وانت كتصنت. ولا قلت لك بلي نفس الحاجة تقدر تلقاها في سبوتيفاي إلا كتفرج او لا كتصنت لي بودكاست، او لا في انستغرام او لا في تيك توك او لا في اي موقع من مواقع التواصل الاجتماعي. وهذا هو الخاصيه ديال هذه الاداه ديال الذكاء الاصطناعي اللي سميتها وندر كرافت. هاد لابليكاسيون اللي سميتها وندر كرافت هي واحد لابليكاسيون اللي كتدخل فيها كتعطيها السكريبت ديالك على حسب اش الموضوع بغيتي، ولا كتعطيها اللين تاع شي موضوع ولا شي بلوغ، وهي كتكري جوج دو لي كاركتير اللي كيدويو في داك الموضوع وكتخلي انهم يتحاوروا بيناتهم وانت كتصنت وكتستافد في داك الموضوع. فريمون الاصوات اللي كيعطيو هاد الاداه راه خيال يا الاخوان، راه والله ما تشك باللي جوج الذكاء الاصطناعي. وكنقولها وكنعاودها، هاد الأداة هادي واعرة بزاف، وغادي نبارطاجي معكم واحد الأداة بحالها اللي مساوية لها في القوة ديالها، وتقدروا تختاروا فين هي فيهم اللي بغيتو تخدموا بها وتجينيرو بها دي بودكاست او الحوارات اللي تقدروا تبارطاجيو في يوتيوب شانل ديالكم ضربوا الصرف ديال بصح. دونك يلا الابليكاسيون ديالنا او الاي تو ديالنا نشوفوا كيفاش نقدروا نخدموا بها. الويب سايت اللي قلت لكم اللي سميتو وندركرافت غادي نخلي لكم اللين ديالو في الديسكريبسيون، ومعاه غادي نخلي لكم اللين ديال داك الويب سايت الاخر اللي غادي نخدموا به. كما كتشوف عنده واحد الشراكه مع هاد الويب سايت الثاني غادي نبارطاجي معكم اللي سميتو نوت بوك ال ام. ديجا بارطاجي معكم واحد الوقت، ولكن الاغلبيه ديالكم ما استغلوش ودابا الناس تيضربوا منه الصرف ديال بصح. دونك نبداو حنايا بهذا هو الاول. كتجي مثلا ماي بروجيكت وكتجي مثلا كرييت نيو بروجيكت مثلا وكتسميه، او لا في هذه الحاله حنا بغينا نخدموا بالتراكس نديرو كرييت نيو تراك وغادي تحل لنا هذا الباج. فهنايا يا اما كتعطيه البرومبت ديالك شنو بغيتي يجينيري ليك، يعني واحد الكونفرساسيون ولا الحاجه ويجينيريها ليك، يعني كيخدم بالذكاء الاصطناعي باش يجينيريها، ولا اللي كنستغلوها يعني انا كنمشيو هاد اللايبراري ولا هاد المكتبه هادي وكندورو اشنو بغينا واش بغينا داكشي ديال الادفرتايزمنت، يعني ديال الادز كويك كوبي ترانسليشن، يعني كيخدم لك على ادز شي حاجه نقيه، بودكاست اوديو بوك ميديتيشن سيلز وزيد. في هذه الحاله نقول سيدي بغينا بودكاست وبغينا بالضبط نوت بوك ال ام، لان هذا حاليا هو اللي يدير البوز وهو اللي مترينجي للاغلبيه ديال الناس خدامين به. فوالا، وكنصح اي واحد فيكم يجربوا ويختم بيه ويدخل منه الصرف على الاخوان، راه شي حاجه اللي الهربه. وكتجير يوز برومبت وكيتحط هذا البرومبت كامل وما كتبدل فيه والو من غير انك تدخل الموضوع ديالك شحال بغيتي فيه من دقيقه وسميت البودكاست ديالك. دابا نفكروا في شي موضوع، نمشيو مثلا ندويو سيدي كيف ما ديما كندويو على البي او دي سبرينت اون ديماند business is growing. يعني واش المجال ديال برينت اون دوماند غادي وكيتزاد. وغنمشيو اسيدي لشي ارتيكل مثلا، شوفوا شي ارتيكل اللي فيه ما يدار فيه ما يتقرا باش نعطيوه. فوالا هذا ارتيكل زوين اللي نقدر بنادم يدوي عليه. وغادي نديرو اسيدي بحال هكا كوبي، اولا نشوفوا شي حاجه طول من هذا باش ندوي عليها. فوالا اكزاكتومون شي حاجه فيها الهضره وما الى ذلك فيها ما يتكال. فوالا كوبيو هذا نرجعوا للويب سايت ديالنا وغادي نعطيه اكزاكتومون هنايا. فوالا نقول سيدي بغينا 4 دقائق والبودكاست نديرو سيدي اش لايف ونديرو عندنا مسالينا تاكدوا نفيريفيو جميع المعلومات ديالنا ونكليكيو على جينيريت سكريبت وغيبدا كيفكر وغيبدا كيجينيري ونخليه نشوفو شنو غادي يجينيري ليا. فوالا وبيان سور اختار ليا جوج تاع لي كاركتير ابي وادريان اللي بيان سور نقدروا من بعد نكليكيو عليهم ونبدلوهم الاصوات اخرين اللي مناسبيننا. من نتسناو حتى يكمل. الحاجه اللي لقيتها مشكل في هذا الاي هو انه ما كيحترمش المده الزمنيه اللي كنعطي. يعني يقدر يعطيني اكثر من 4 دقائق يقدر يعطيني قل. دونك ديروها بعين الاعتبار. ما حدو كيجينيري نقدروا نمشيو للويب سايت الاخر او لا بلا ما نتلفكم نساليو مع هذا ونبارطاجي معكم الاخر. دونك فوالا 3 دقائق و32 ثانيه ونخليكم دابا تسمعوا شنو عطاني.
I've got something super interesting for you today, Adrian. You know, I was looking into this whole print on demand thing and the numbers are actually mind-blowing.
This is like absolutely fascinating stuff. The market was worth about, $6.18 billion in 2022, and it's actually growing at this incredible rate of like 25.8% every year. I mean, that's just massive.
Right. What's actually driving all this growth?
Right. So the really interesting thing is that people are just, absolutely loving customized stuff these days. Like we're talking personalized clothing, home decor, accessories, and even drinkware. And here's the thing, Pershinchishi, people are really into giving these custom-made products as gifts, right? Plus, like with everyone spending more time online and having more money to spend, it's just creating this perfect storm for growth.
ديك الساعات كتقدر دير لي اكسبورت ولا دير لي بغيتي تبدل شنو مكتوب كتبدلو. بغيتي تبدل الفويس اوفر فاش كتكليكي ليه بحال هكا كتجي تشينج فويس وكتختار الفويس اللي بغيتي تبدل هنايا وتختار مع راسك داك اللي بغيتي. صبروا لي ريت تشارجا وغادي تشارجا وكتختار الفويس اللي بغيتي هنايا وكتخدم بيه. دونك نورمالمون خصهم يتشارجاو باش ما نضيعوش الوقت. فراه من بعد ما كتختار الفويس اللي بغيتي تختار الفويس اللي بغيتي هنايا حتى هو وتشينج فويس وما الى ذلك وكتختارهم وكتكمل وكتصايب الكونفرساسيون ديالك كتسالي من مورا كتيليشارجي. وهاد الطريقه هادي الاخوان راه كنقولها وكنعاودها راه هما تشارجاو راه كيضربوا بها الناس الصرف ديال بصح راه خاربينها فلوس بهذه الطريقه. دونك اي واحد بغى يخدم عليها في يوتيوب راه نصحو وزيد عليها تقدر تستعملها في الادفرتايزمنت يعني الاشارات الماركتينغ السيلز الا باغي تبيع شي حاجه وما الى ذلك. ندوزو للويب سايت الاخر اللي هو هذا اللي اشنو درت وانه كليكيت على هذا واجوتيت اللين ديالنا وخليته يجينيري ليا كونفرساسيون. للاسف هذا اللي الاصلي ديالو اللي هو نوت بوك الم فراه ما كيعطيش بالضبط انك تختار شحال دقيقه بغيتي وما كتقدرش تعدل على البرومبت مقارنه بهذا كيف ما بغيتي. شي بحالاش مي هذا كيصايب لك داكشي ناضي وصافي يعني شارجي يخدم بيه او عاوتاني دير جينيريت ويعاود يجينيريك واحده اخرى. هذا تقدر تحكم في العدد ديال الكلمات تحكم في الكلمات اللي يتقالوا تحكم في الدقائق وما الى ذلك. هذا لا ومع ذلك هذا راه انتيغري هاد الاي هذا اللي هنايا وكاين بزاف تاع الحوايج اخرين انتيغري فيهم. واحد يقدر يخدم بهذا ما عجبوش هذا يجي يخدم بهذا مي هذا كيجي شويه ديال الوقت باش يجيني لنا الكونفرساسيون اللي بغينا. طريقه باش تستغل هاد الادوات ديال الذكاء الاصطناعي فراه لا تعد ولا تحصى. تقدر تصايب بودكاست تقدر تصايب كونفرساسيون بين جوج على شي قصة حقيقية ديال الخلعة وبنادم يتصنت، تقدر ندوي على شي مواضيع اللي بنادم عزيز عليهم يسمعوهم ولا شي حاجة كضحك. عطا الله عطا الله عطا الله عطا الله. كاين حتى شي واحد اللي غادي يحبسك وتليستي وتحطهم، سمحوا لي مشيت مع التي وتحطهم في يوتيوب وتضرب منهم الصرف ديال بصح. وغادي نخلي لكم البودكاست الاخير اللي جينيرينا بالاي الثاني في الاخر ديال الفيديو باش تسمعوا ليه وتشوفوا القوه الهائله ديال هاد جوج ديال الادوات اللي بارطاجيت معكم وكيفاش تقدروا تستغلوهم. حاليا كاينين باللغه الانجليزيه، ولكن راه اصلا اللغه الانجليزيه هي اللي فيها الصرف في يوتيوب، دونك اي واحد يخدم عليهم. الا عندكم شي تساؤلات خليهم لي في التعليقات. بالنسبه للناس اللي ما تنساوش تابوناو وبارطاجيو الفيديو مع الناس اللي مهتمين بالدومين ديال يوتيوب وبغاو شي نيش اللي يخدموا عليه ويدخلوا من الصرف ديال بصح. راه هاد النيش حاليا تريندي والناس ضاربين في الصرف ديال بصح. كيف العاده طالوا في راسكم ونشوفكم في فيديو جاي ان شاء الله.
Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive. This time we're taking a deep dive into the world of print on demand.
That's right. And this isn't just a surface level look.
Oh, absolutely not. We're going deep. This deep dive should really help you understand the ins and outs of print on demand. You reached out wanting to get a better grasp on the industry, especially its future.
Exactly. And not just the what, but the why. Why is this industry growing so fast? What's fueling this?
And it is growing fast. I mean, just to give you a sense of scale, in 2022, the global print-on-demand market was already valued at, get this, $6.18 billion.
Billion, with a B.
With a B, but that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
By 2030, that market value is projected to hit a mind-blowing $38.21 billion.
Yeah, you heard that right.
That's huge.
Huge. That's a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR, of 25.8%.
So for anyone out there with an entrepreneurial spirit, this is an industry worth paying attention to.
Absolutely. This growth is a reflection of larger trends we're seeing. Increased personalization, the boom of e-commerce, a real desire for unique, custom-made products.
It's tapping into something deeper than just, wanting a cool design on a t-shirt.
Right.
It's about self-expression, making things your own.
Oh.
But, okay, everyone automatically assumes the pandemic was, a disaster for most businesses.
Yeah.
Did print on demand buck that trend? Did it actually thrive during that time?
It's complicated. There were definite challenges at first. Supply chain disruptions hit the industry pretty hard initially.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
But at the same time, the demand for certain custom products actually surged.
Really?
Think about it. Face masks, workout gear for all those home gyms that popped up, personalized items to brighten up those work-from-home spaces. People were adapting to a new normal, and print on demand was a way to do that creatively.
So even in uncertain times, people still craved personalization that need to make things their own.
Exactly.
Is there any data to back this up? Did we actually see a rise in print-on-demand businesses during those pandemic years?
Oh yeah, definitely. There was a survey done in 2021 by Printful, one of the major players in the print-on-demand space. They found that a whopping 75% of their store owners actually launched their businesses during the pandemic, and almost half of them, they saw significant, unexpected sales growth.
Wow, that's wild. It's almost like the pandemic unintentionally accelerated the whole movement.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a confession. When I think print on demand, I immediately think apparel. T-shirts, hoodies, that sort of thing.
Sure.
But I have a affiliate that's just scratching the surface.
What else is out there? What other products are making waves in the print-on-demand world?
Yeah, you're right. Apparel is a big part of it, a big chunk of the market. But the product landscape is so much more diverse. We're seeing massive growth in home decor.
Home decor makes sense.
Totally. Especially with the rise of remote work. People want to personalize their spaces, make them their own. Think beyond just wall art, though. We're talking custom-designed furniture, lighting fixtures, even personalized kitchenware.
So tons of niches just waiting to be explored.
And it's not just about what you can make, but also how you make it. All right. Let's talk about the technology side. Can you break down the platform landscape for me? What's out there?
Sure. In the print-on-demand world, you've got two main types of platforms. Software and services. The software platforms are the design hubs, like Canva or Adobe Spark, but specifically tailored for creating products. Some of these software platforms integrate directly with popular online stores like Shopify.
Oh, I see.
Others operate as standalone marketplaces like Redbubble. There, you can design your products and sell them directly through the platform.
So for someone just starting out, a standalone platform might be a little less intimidating.
Yeah, you could say that. Less to manage.
But if you want more control, more flexibility.
Then those integrated software options might be the better route.
Okay, makes sense. But what about the services side?
Services are all about streamlining the logistics. Printing, packaging, shipping, even handling customer service. This is where the print-on-demand part truly comes into play. You, the creator, don't hold any inventory. The platform handles everything once an order is placed.
So that's the magic. Make it and ship it.
Yeah.
So which type of platform is seeing the most growth? Is it the design software side or the fulfillment services side?
It's interesting. Software is still dominant in terms of market share,
Okay.
but it's actually the services segment that's projected to grow the fastest.
Yeah.
Looking at a KGR of 28.2%.
Wow, that's significant. So more and more creators are opting for that hands-off approach, letting someone else handle the logistics so they can focus on the design and marketing.
Exactly.
But if services are growing so rapidly, why is software still considered the dominant force?
Well, software often involves ongoing subscriptions.
Right.
That creates consistent revenue for those companies. And on top of that, many software platforms are becoming incredibly sophisticated.
In what way?
We're talking AI-powered design tools, trend analysis, even marketing automation, all within a single platform. It's becoming a one-stop shop.
So it's like they're building these entire ecosystems for creators. You're not just designing a product, you're getting access to all these tools to help you build a whole business.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got the design side, the fulfillment side, but print on demand isn't limited to one corner of the world, right? It's global. So which regions are leading the charge?
Right now, North America.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's home to a lot of the major players like Printful, Printify, and Zazzle.
Those are the names you hear all the time.
Yeah.
But is North America going to stay on top forever, or are other regions catching up?
Well, North America is a powerhouse, but watch out for the Asia-Pacific region.
Really?
It's projected to see the most rapid growth. We're talking a CAGR of 27.5%.
Wow, that's even faster than the global average.
Yeah.
What's driving that kind of growth in the Asia-Pacific region?
A few things. A huge increase in internet and smartphone use. A massive, and I mean massive, and growing base of online shoppers, and a real surge in entrepreneurial spirit, especially among younger generations.
It sounds like the perfect storm of opportunity.
It really does.
But with all this growth and potential, the competition must be fierce. How does anyone stand out in such a crowded market?
You're absolutely right. The competition is intense. But the good news is there's still plenty of room for newcomers with fresh ideas. People who understand their target audience. The key is to find your niche and really own it.
So it's not about being the biggest fish in the sea, it's about finding your own pond.
Exactly.
What are some strategies these leading companies are using to stay ahead of the game? How are they innovating?
Well, we're seeing a lot of strategic partnerships and acquisitions.
Okay.
And constant innovation, always innovating. Companies are always looking for ways to expand their offerings, make their tech better, reach new markets.
Can you give me an example? A company that's really shaking things up?
Sure. Vistaprint.
Oh yeah, I know them.
They recently rebranded, actually.
Did they?
Yeah, they're now Vista. They acquired Deposit Photos, a stock photo agency, and Crello, an online graphic design platform. This tells you they're aiming to become a comprehensive platform for, well, everything design and print.
So they're building this entire creative ecosystem, concept to creation to fulfillment, all in one place.
You got it.
Speaking of big players, let's throw out some more names, just so our listeners get a sense of who's who in this landscape. What other companies should people be paying attention to?
Definitely keep an eye on Canva, Custom Cat, Gelato, Guten, Printed Mint, T-Launch, and of course Redbubble. We already mentioned them.
Wow, that's quite a list.
It is.
It's exciting to see so much energy, so much innovation in this space. But what I'm really curious about is what's next? What's the future of print on demand? How is this industry going to evolve in the coming years?
That's the big question, isn't it? And it leads to some really interesting possibilities.
So we've talked about this incredible growth, the products, the tech, but I'm really curious about the future. What's next for print on demand?
Well, everything we've talked about so far, personalization, technology, the desire for unique products, it's all pointing in a certain direction. What if we took those concepts and pushed them even further? What if print on demand went beyond just physical products?
Beyond physical products. Okay, now you got my attention. What do you mean?
What if print on demand went digital? Imagine personalized ebooks that are tailored to your specific interests. online courses that adapt to your learning style,
Oh,
or even virtual events that are customized to your preferences.
wow. Okay, so print on demand for digital products, that's a whole new concept.
Yeah.
What would that even look like in practice?
Well, think about it. It's taking that level of individualization we see in physical products and applying it to the digital world.
So it's like the ultimate form of tailoring an experience to each individual.
Exactly.
What kind of impact could this have on creators and businesses?
It would open up so many possibilities. Creators could offer super specialized content to niche audiences. Businesses could provide personalized training programs.
Right.
And consumers would have access to digital experiences that are truly unique to them.
It sounds like it could completely change the way we consume and interact with digital content.
Okay, that's a lot to think about. Let's shift gears for a second and get practical. For someone listening who's thinking about getting into the print-on-demand world, what are some key things to keep in mind?
First things first, do your research. This industry is constantly evolving, so you got to stay up to date on the latest trends, technologies, and platforms.
Right.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah, try things out.
Exactly. See what works best for you. Whether it's exploring different platforms, trying out various design tools, testing different product categories, it's all about finding what clicks. So adaptability and a willingness to learn are essential, just like with any kind of entrepreneurial venture. Right.
Right.
But what about standing out? The market is so crowded. How do you find your place in this vast print-on-demand landscape?
Find your niche. Find something you're passionate about, something that really excites you. Ask yourself, what unique perspective can I bring? What specific audience can I connect with? Don't try to be everything to everyone. Become the expert in your chosen area.
So quality over quantity. Find your tribe and really own that space. But let's be real, running a print-on-demand business isn't always sunshine and rainbows. What are some of the challenges someone might run into?
Well, inventory management can be a challenge, especially if you're offering a lot of different products. Since you're not holding any physical stock, you need a good system for tracking orders and making sure things get fulfilled on time.
Right.
And you've got to be ready to handle customer service issues, returns, potential shipping delays. All those things can impact customer satisfaction.
Absolutely. So organization, being proactive, and really understanding that fulfillment process inside and out.
Exactly.
And then there's marketing. How do you even get your product seen by the right people in such a crowded online world?
Marketing is key. You've got to know your audience, what they like, where they hang out online, what platforms do they use, what content resonates with them. It's about experimenting with different marketing channels like social media, paid ads, even influencer collaborations. You need to figure out what works best for your brand.
So it's a constant process of learning, adapting, refining your approach. Okay, we've covered the basics of starting a business, but let's zoom out a bit. What's the impact of print on demand on the retail industry as a whole?
Print on demand is definitely shaking things up. It's challenging the traditional way retail works. The way we produce goods, manage inventory, even consumer behavior, it's all changing.
Yeah, it's a shift from mass production to personalized creation, isn't it?
Exactly.
So how are traditional retailers reacting to this shift?
It's a mixed bag. Some are embracing it, partnering with print-on-demand companies to offer customized products in their stores. Others are doubling down on the in-store experience, trying to provide something unique that you can't get online.
So it's not necessarily about one replacing the other. It's more like an evolution. The retail landscape is becoming more diverse, more focused on the customer. But what about the environmental impact of all this? Is print-on-demand a more sustainable approach to production?
It has the potential to be. Since products are only created when they're ordered, you eliminate the need for huge inventories. There's less risk of overproduction and waste.
So it's a more on-demand approach to manufacturing, which means less waste by default.
Exactly.
Are there other ways that print-on-demand companies are prioritizing sustainability?
Yeah, lots of companies are using eco-friendly inks and materials. They're partnering with ethical suppliers, and they're implementing sustainable packaging and shipping practices.
So it's about making conscious choices throughout the entire process from start to finish.
Okay, we talked about the environmental impact. But what about the social impact? One thing that's always fascinated me about print on demand is how it empowers individuals. It gives people a platform to share their creativity with the world.
Absolutely. That's one of the most powerful things about this industry. Print on demand has democratized design. It's made entrepreneurship accessible to anyone with a creative spark and an internet connection. You can build a business and reach a global audience.
It's like taking the power away from those traditional gatekeepers, putting it in the hands of creators.
Exactly.
What kind of impact is this having on individual entrepreneurs and small businesses?
We're seeing a huge increase in what we call micro-entrepreneurs. These are individuals who are building businesses around their passions, right from their homes or small studios. It's really empowering. That's amazing. Creating opportunities, fostering a sense of economic empowerment that wasn't there before. But with all this talk of individual empowerment, let's not forget about technology. How is tech continuing to shape the print-on-demand landscape?
Technology is always evolving. It seems like every day there's something new. We're seeing crazy advancements in printing techniques, AI-powered design tools, and these really sophisticated fulfillment systems that are constantly pushing the limits.
So it's like a constant game of one-upmanship, in a good way.
Yeah.
What's an example of a specific technology that's really changing the game?
Web-to-print technology. It's a game changer. It lets customers design and order personalized products directly from a website or a mobile app.
Right.
It makes the whole process so much smoother, gives the customer more control.
Makes it user-friendly. But like with any powerful technology, there are always potential downsides. What are some of the ethical considerations or challenges that come with this level of customization and accessibility?
Well, one of the big ones is intellectual property rights. How do you make sure those are protected?
That's a good point.
With so many designs being shared and reproduced, there's a real need for systems that prevent copyright infringement. Creators need to be fairly compensated for their work.
Absolutely. Protecting creative ownership is essential in an industry that's built on original designs. What are some other ethical considerations that need to be addressed as this industry grows? Responsible sourcing. Where are the materials coming from? Consumers are becoming way more conscious of the environmental and social impact of what they buy. It's important for print-on-demand companies to be transparent about their supply chains and production practices.
So it's about finding a balance.
Yeah.
A balance between creativity, innovation, and a real commitment to ethical and sustainable practices.
Right. And it's not just on the companies. Consumers have a role to play too.
Oh, absolutely. They can vote with their wallets. By choosing to support businesses that align with their values, they can drive positive change.
So we've covered a lot here. The explosive growth, the diverse products, the technology, the challenges, and the opportunities. As we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I'm just struck by the sheer creative potential that print-on-demand unlocks.
It is amazing. It's incredible to see this fusion of technology, creativity, and entrepreneurship. It's really pushing this industry forward.
And for our listener who's eager to explore all this further, what are some concrete steps they can take to really delve deeper? Maybe even start their own print-on-demand venture?
Well, the first step is to just dive in. Explore those platforms we've mentioned. Sign up for free trials, play with the design tools, order a sample product, get a feel for how it all works.
Hands-on experience is always the best way to learn. But what about the business side of things? Are there any resources you'd recommend for someone thinking about starting a print-on-demand business?
Tons. There are blogs, podcasts, YouTube channels dedicated to the print-on-demand industry. There are even online courses and communities where you can connect with other entrepreneurs, learn from their experiences, and get support.
So it's all about immersing yourself in that community, absorbing knowledge, connecting with people who are already on this journey. But starting a business can be daunting, even with all the resources in the world. What advice would you give to someone who's feeling a little hesitant or overwhelmed?
Start small. Don't be afraid to experiment. You don't need to have it all figured out right away. Pick a niche that excites you, create some designs, test them out, see what your target audience likes, learn from any mistakes you make, and just keep iterating.
So it's all about taking that first step, even if it's a small one. Embracing that journey of learning and growth that comes with building a business. And remember, you're not alone. There's a whole community of print-on-demand entrepreneurs out there who are ready to support you. It's not just about competition, it's about helping each other succeed.
Exactly. And as we've said, this industry is all about innovation. It's not just what we can create today, it's what we can dream up for tomorrow. Personalized digital content, experiences that are tailored to individual preferences. The possibilities are really endless.
I'm feeling energized. How about you, listener? Are you ready to jump into this world of print on demand?
Me too.
We hope this deep dive has given you the knowledge and the motivation to explore this dynamic and ever-evolving industry.
It's been an awesome deep dive. I hope you're feeling as inspired as I am. Who knows, maybe you'll be the next big print-on-demand success story.
We can't wait to see what you create. This has been the deep dive. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep creating. You know, as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of print on demand, there's one thing that really stands out to me. It's that democratizing power.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's kind of amazing when you think about it. Print on demand has truly leveled the playing field for creators and entrepreneurs in a way that honestly we've never seen before.
It's given them a voice.
Yeah.
A platform, the ability to reach a global audience without needing massive investments or those traditional, big money deals. What used to require large-scale manufacturing and all those complicated distribution channels, well, it's accessible to almost anyone now. All you need is a good idea and an internet connection.
Right. And it's not just about the creators. Think about the consumers. They now have access to a way wider range of unique, personalized products than ever before.
It feels like this, I don't know, almost like a creative renaissance. It's fueled by technology, this desire for self-expression, for connection. It's pretty cool. But let's get back to our listener for a second. Their goal was to really understand the future of this industry. Given everything we've discussed, what advice would you give them to, really dive deeper?
The best way to understand something is to experience it. I always say, jump in, get your hands dirty, explore those platforms we talked about, sign up for the free trials, play around with the design tools.
Yeah, get a feel for it.
Exactly. You can even order a sample product, see the quality firsthand, get a real sense of how it all works.
Nothing beats hands-on experience, that's for sure. But what about the business side of things? Are there any resources you'd recommend for someone who's seriously thinking about starting a print-on-demand business?
Oh, tons. There's so much information out there. Blogs, podcasts, YouTube channels, you name it, all dedicated to the print-on-demand world. There are also online courses and communities specifically designed for entrepreneurs in this space.
That's a whole ecosystem.
It really is. Connect with other entrepreneurs, learn from their journeys. It's invaluable.
So immerse yourself in that community, soak up all that knowledge. But let's be real, starting a business can be a bit daunting, even with all the resources in the world. Any words of wisdom for someone who's feeling a little overwhelmed by it all?
You don't have to do everything at once. Start small. Don't be afraid to try things out, experiment a bit. You don't need to have it all figured out on day one. Pick a niche you're passionate about, create a few designs, and just see what happens. Test the waters, see what your target audience responds to, and learn from any mistakes along the way. You'll get there.
So it's all about taking that first step, right? Even if it's a small one. Embracing the learning process. It's a journey. And remember, you're not alone. There's a whole community of print-on-demand entrepreneurs out there, and they're incredibly supportive. It's not just about competition. It's about helping each other succeed.
Exactly. And we've talked about this. This industry is ripe for innovation. It's not just about what we can create today. It's about what we can imagine for tomorrow. Think about personalized digital content. Think about experiences that are tailored to individual preferences. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Well, listener, we've given you a lot to consider. From the massive growth of this market to how it's empowering individuals, it's clear print-on-demand is here to stay.
It's been a fascinating deep dive. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty inspired. Who knows? Maybe you, listening right now, will be the next print-on-demand success story.
We can't wait to see what you create. This has been The Deep Dive. Thanks for joining us. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep creating.